How's it going, everyone? This is Chef Husky from the Draw Pass team, and today I want to show you why it's so important to read the text on your cards very carefully. Today's topic, damage. Sometimes you'll see text that mentions the words damage from an attack, and sometimes you'll see cards that say effects of attacks. But what's the difference? Take Mimikyu for example. It blocks damage from attacks from EX Pokemon. Now, damage from attacks are two things. For one, it's anytime a number is included right here on the right. This number is always done to the active and is always considered damage. Also considered damage is any text below an attack that says this attack does blank damage. This wording is key because this does get blocked by Mimikyu. What doesn't get blocked is something like Sarina EX, which uses very specific wording in its first attack, saying that it puts damage counters on one Pokemon until its remaining HP is 30. So because it's not saying it's doing damage and instead is placing damage counters, this Mimikyu would still have 40 damage placed on it, which would go around Mimikyu's wall. This is because it's an effect of an attack and not damage from an attack. A good rule of thumb is that if the attack has any text underneath that doesn't reference doing direct damage, it's probably an effect. And we do have cards that specifically reference this, like Charmeleon, which prevents all effects of attacks done to this Pokemon. Damage is not an effect. So we wouldn't be able to use Sarina on this Pokemon, but we would be able to use something like Greninja. Things like TM Devo are also considered effects of attacks, so be careful when you're using it in the Charizard matchup. The difference is also important when you're looking at something like Legacy Energy, which denies a prize if your Pokemon was knocked out by damage, meaning that if you were KO'd by that same Greninja, your opponent does take one less prize, but if this same Mimikyu were to hit us with Ghost Eye and knock us out, they can still take the normal amount of prizes, because Mimikyu knocked us out with the effect of an attack. The last thing I want to mention is Cornerstone Ogerpon, which has an attack stating that it is not affected by effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. We call this a Shred attack, and what that means is that it can punch through any of those barriers. Anything that blocks damage, effects of attacks, even neutralization zone, you can ignore all of it. Shred is unblockable damage, and it appears in a lot of cards like Tinkaton, the Dunsparce EX, and even the new Crustle. So consider including one of these in your deck if walls are a problem for you. But that's all the time we have for today. Come back soon where I'll be breaking down more text on your cards to help you understand those really weird scenarios. If you would, draw up some kindness and pass us a sub, we would appreciate that a ton. This has been Chef Husky from the Draw Pass team, and I'll see you soon.